it's that time of year again when you need to be considering health plan open enrollment options. And with nearly 10 million Michiganders needing to make a choice on what plan is best for them, things can get a little tricky with all the annual changes to insurance.
That's why we're joined by Emily Martins with Priority Health, Northern Michigan, with more information. Emily, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
All right, so I know we're about to get that email in our inbox any day now from our HR about open enrollment, and it is time. It's time for everybody everywhere, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunately all done at the same time. Medicare, individual. So yeah, it's a crucial time of the year for the under 65 people that don't have a group plan, like through your employer, like you're talking about. That starts November 1st and goes through January 15th. Medicare annual open enrollment is also going on right now. That starts October 15th, started October 15th and goes through December 7th. So it's a good time and really the only time to change your plan throughout the year unless you have like a baby or a marriage or divorce or something like that.
Now, I feel like a lot of the reasons people procrastinate on this is they look at everything they have to do and they're just, they get overwhelmed like, nope, I'll do that. That's a problem for future me. Future me, smart, he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
What advice would you offer to get someone started, to hopefully ease that process a bit and not make it seem like just such a daunting task?
Absolutely, good question. So I think it's really crucial. So not to get too much into the Medicare stuff, but they had a lot of changes this year. So if you work with an independent agent, which I work with a lot, now's the time to call them because their schedules are really full right now. They can help you. They don't cost any money. They are willing to help. We also have an internal team of enrollment specialists that people can call. And I would get something set up now. You can call Priority Health and set something up with one of them. They can guide you through all that. I think it's important to try to have someone help you with it. You can do it on your own. We have a shopping tool as well, but yeah, I would procrastinate. That's my style.
Same.
I hate making
Same.
phone calls. Yeah,
Same.
we also do emailing and things like that. So yeah, lots of opportunities, and we like to communicate with people how they like to be communicated with, which is helpful as well.
I don't want to get too into the weeds here with you, but as Eric said, there's just lots of options, and as you said, lots of changes. I mean, is that part of the struggle year after year, is just not knowing what those changes are? And obviously that's where an expert can help.
Yeah, we at Priority Health did not have a ton of changes for next year, which is great. We did have some deductible and out-of-pockets that got lowered, which is really fantastic for people's benefits. So in those ways, I think it is important to connect with somebody, but you also will, if you're enrolled in a plan now, it will roll over for next year. So you don't necessarily have to talk to somebody, but there's tax credits if you have a marketplace plan. So yeah, things can get, I don't want to say complicated, but it is good to review them yearly. I would suggest that, yeah, so that you make sure that you're maximizing how much you can get in a tax credit if you fall into that category. Those people that are in a plan now that are not on the marketplace, they can actually just roll over. We didn't have any plans that went away. Obviously, if you're with a different carrier, you may want to check into that and make sure if there's any changes that happen. They usually also send communications, to kind of educate people on what has changed, if anything.
Which, on that note, is there any big changes this year that are they're so blatant that no one can overlook them?
Thankfully, no, except for the positive, yeah. Like I said, some deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums went down. Tax credits do change a little bit every year. Those are just coming out now, so we are able to look at what tax credits people qualify for next year. But we didn't have any huge changes that I have really seen, which is nice because Medicare did have a lot of changes, so it's good.
In addition to those tax credits, though, you also, just like with everybody else, want to be thinking about, is this a year I'm going to need to have a certain kind of treatment, or maybe I've got a surgery down the line, or, those are all things just kind of keep in the back of your mind.
Yeah, valid question. Like, what are your medical needs for this year? Perhaps this past year, when you couldn't make a change, you may have gotten diagnosed with like diabetes, God forbid, or had a surgery that's, like you're saying, has to come up maybe electively, or you're having a baby or something like that. Those are definitely things that you want to review your plan. Make sure that you're in a good spot with your deductibles, your out-of-pocket maximums. Kind of like, what's my worst case scenario for next year?
Gotcha.
We've got great plans, especially like silver plans, but even our value bronze plan is an excellent plan with a lot of coverage ahead of the deductible, so you're not having to like pay for a full office visit. You can pay $30 to see a primary care physician, things like that. But all of those are things that do need to be evaluated ever so often.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So where would you suggest people start? I mean, again, it's kind of daunting just to see all those options in front of you or scroll through endless pages online. I mean, what's the good first step?
I highly recommend talking with one of our internal individual enrollment specialists or an independent agent. We have them all over the state of Michigan, but you can call Priority Health and connect. You can go to priorityhealth.com and shop for plans, and you can also call from our webpage too. The phone number is listed there, and it will give you an overview of plans. But I personally recommend talking with somebody. I used to do that, and so I really enjoy talking with people and helping them.
They can also help too with just, again, that where to start.
Yeah.
You're overwhelmed, and you can call and they can say, all right, well, let's start here with what you
we can make this easy for you.
Or,
they can also do a marketplace application for somebody, which a lot of people don't know. So
nice.
It's a lot of service that we offer and almost give you not a lot to do, just have that conversation.
I'm sure that would provide a lot of peace of mind.
Absolutely.
To a lot of folks out there.
Yeah, it's a stressful time of year. In general, it's the holidays. Let's just take something off your plate for you, make health insurance a little bit easier.
And now's the best time to get that specialist and connect and get them working for you.
Absolutely. They're going to be really busy, so give them a call.
Have you found a lot of people wait till the last minute or almost too late?
We see a lot of people wait till the week after Thanksgiving is kind of when it really picks up.
Really?
So if you want to be an early bird, I'd say start your process now.
Smart.
Yeah.
Very, very
Get
smart.
connected at this time.
Now, Emily, one last time. Yeah. Where can people go for more information and to connect with one of the specialists or to browse the plans available? So
priorityhealth.com, you'll find a link to our plans and the phone number that I mentioned before to connect with an internal enrollment specialist. We also have a lot of good health articles at thinkhealth.priorityhealth.com, so you could find some really good information there as well.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Emily, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Now,